All right, gentlemen, Gatecreeper, welcome.
Hello. How's it going?
It's hot. How's it going
Yeah,
with you?
it's extremely hot in Arizona and
It's
everywhere.
yeah, it's brutal, but happy to be talking to you guys. Gatecreeper band from Arizona. I understand part Tucson, part Phoenix. What's the story there?
So I I lived with our drummer Matt, and he started the band with our singer Chase, who lived in Phoenix. He's from Mesa, and then I joined shortly after, and we started the band. And so for about 10 years now, we've been had the band split between Tucson and Phoenix, and we drive up and make it happen. Um, but yeah, we're from all over Arizona.
Well, let's do a proper introduction. I'm a terrible host. Look at that. I didn't even introduce the names of everybody. Let's start with you. We'll start with you,
I'm I'm Eric. I play guitar.
and then down the line on the couch.
Alex, I play bass. Chase, I sing.
I'm Matt. I play drums.
Matt was right on that mic. The other two guys, you might have to get on that as well.
Yeah.
So might have to adjust that. But all right, guys. So how long has Gatecreeper? How long you been together?
We started in 2013, and so about this is about 10 years coming up.
That's quite a bit of time. So people obviously are aware of Gatecreeper. I know you got a couple albums out. I know a couple albums on Spotify. I see there. Are there other ones that are out there we're not aware of?
I think most of our music is on Spotify. Our first release was 4 songs. It was a self-titled EP, and that came out. It came out in April of 2014. So yeah, we're coming up on 10 years of that. I think we actually started playing together exactly like 10 years ago right now. But yeah, I think everything that we've ever released is on Spotify in some form.
Okay. And I don't know if you can get it on your website, gatecreeper.com, but you've got that as well. Let's talk about the music. I mean, the music's pretty brutal. And we're going to be playing a song here called From the Ashes here in a minute, which has a kick-ass riff, which I wish I wrote. I was like, oh man, why didn't I think of that one? Who's the chief songwriter? Is there one person or is it a big collaborative?
Um, Chase and myself work on um, a lot of the coming up with the songs, and then we collaborate as a band once we have the songs kind of started. Um, so it's kind of a group effort, and we've been working towards making it more of a group effort over the years, trying to get better at that. Um, but yeah, I'll bring a song in. I'll bring a song in to up to Chase, and Chase will bring one to me, or vice versa, and we'll start creating and work on it. And because we're in Phoenix and Tucson, we'll send stuff to each other through email and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I
it,
mean, I find that's the way everybody's kind of working these days. I mean, especially the pandemic kind of forced people to do that, but people were kind of already doing that before. The technology's kind of allowed for that, and it doesn't really make much of a difference from what I can see. What about for you? Do you prefer everybody together? Do you care? Does it matter?
it just depends on the song. Some songs come together really quick, and it's nice to be able to work on it person to person, and some take longer when you're just working on it yourself. And so you have time, at home at your home studio to work on it. And so it just really depends on the song. But we always end up working on it together at some point. And
Do you,
so yeah, I think there's a mix.
do you have one kind of source of inspiration that's bigger than maybe the rest of them for the music?
It just depends on my writing style. For me, I like to kind of write a soundtrack to different things. So I'll watch videos. I'll watch war videos of just like footage from World War II, and I'll kind of write to it. Um, it just depends. Sometimes, if we have an idea for lyrics, we'll write the music for that, um, for a certain feel. And then just a lot of old school death metal bands are actual influences.
Yeah, let's talk about those for a second because everybody's got their big influence, the big one, for them. Let's go down the line. Let's start with you, Eric. What biggest influence?
I mean, Obituary is a good one for me. Some of the classic Florida death
Yeah.
metal. Um, just a lot of groove. It's not overcomplicated, and I really like that. And we all have our own. How about you, Chase?
Yeah, guys.
I think a lot of, especially when we started, a lot of Swedish death metal, like Dismember or Entombed, is a big one on us, and that's definitely influenced the guitar tone. And I think a lot of the European death metal bands, especially now as we've been a band for 10 years and we've started to progress a little bit of not becoming a progressive band per se, but just evolving. And a lot of the European bands had a pretty interesting evolution, more so I would say than the American death metal bands. They definitely threw some different things in there, so I think that's been an influence on us as well.
All right, other guys want to chime in?
For me, probably my biggest influence for death metal is Bolt Thrower.
Oh man,
Yeah,
nice.
that's one of my favorite bands, and especially when it comes to drumming, the drumming style from that band is something
Yeah.
that influences me a lot.
Very cool. One more.
Alex.
Yeah, so just like a lot of these other guys, I love the Swedish death metal. Probably my favorite band would be Dismember. I feel like they really hit all the marks of what makes a death metal band really sick. They have brutality, savagery, but also like classic heavy metal riffage. Back to like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. So I just think they have everything sick about a metal band, all encompassed in their sound.
That's very cool. Have you been able to play with any of your influences on stage?
Yeah, we've gotten to tour with them. We got to tour with Obituary.
Oh, cool.
We got to tour with Cannibal Corpse, which I know is a big one for Eric and all of us.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah,
Eric has always cited since the beginning of the band that Cannibal Corpse is a band he likes since we were younger, and we've been able to play or tour with a lot of our influences. If they're still active right now and they're touring, especially in the United States, then we've probably played with them.
Yeah, and we had a chance to work with Fred Etzby from Dismember on our new record that'll be coming out next year.
Very cool. Is that a first for you guys to do that? Something like that?
Yeah, we hadn't really worked with people in other bands specifically, I guess, like on paper officially. So
yeah,
so that was really fun. His insight was really cool. So it's cool to work with.
How did that
one of our
happen? I
musical
mean,
heroes.
did you just reach out and it's like, yeah?
We met Fred. He does sound for bands and works in the industry, and we've met him before and we've become friends with him. And so we had access to him, and he flew out. He lives in New York, and he flew out to Phoenix for a while, and we worked together, and it was really cool. It was really awesome.
That is cool. So, they always say, never meet your idols, and sometimes it's disappointing. It's been for me it's a few times, but you sound like you've had some positive experiences with yours.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. We played a couple shows with Obituary in Europe just over the last couple of weeks on our tour over there, and they're really good guys. And we met some of the guys, and we played at Deicide, a bunch of bands, and so I feel like death metal guys are generally pretty easy to get along with. So
very cool. So
we have a good time.
You guys have a show tomorrow at Hotel Congress. It's called Hoko Fest, Hoko Hotel Congress. Headlining the gig, right? I believe.
Yeah, we're playing on the club stage. We're headlining. There's a bunch of heavier bands playing. You got Sex Prisoner, North, Get a Grip, and Groin are playing. Some good names. Classic Arizona bands.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see North. It's their first show in a really long time. But it's
cool.
the whole fest is really cool too. It's like 50 years of someone calculated it's like 50 years of Tucson music playing.
That's insane.
And so yeah, which is crazy. And I think it's all Arizona bands. And this is actually the last Hoko Fest that's happening.
Wow.
And so I'm honored to be playing it as a Tucsonan. So
You can get
Yeah.
tickets, I know, on your website. I think they're $25 at
Yeah.
gatekeeper.com. So, you know, doing a show like that, is there anything you do a little differently? Do you just do your thing? Is there anything you kind of tailor towards the Tucson audience? How do you approach a show like that?
I feel like the energy is always a little more elevated than usual just because it's hometown. And I think
Yeah.
Tucson in general, people go kind of crazy. People like to party, and Arizona in general. I feel like our shows are kind of always extra
Yeah.
crazy. People mosh really hard, and there's always extra people stage diving. And we usually try to throw in some fun stuff and make it something special because it is in Arizona.
Do you guys have a particular show that was just nuts, so crazy? Got off stage, you're like, I can't even believe that happened.
Some of the Arizona ones have just been crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
we played at the Marquee Theater up in Tempe with Knocked Loose a while back, and that was just
Oh
crazy
man.
because I mean, it was packed, and it was just really fun to play a show that big in Arizona. But a lot of the shows we just played on our European tour were awesome. There's huge crowds, thousands of people, and that was such a cool experience to get to play to that many people. How about you guys? You guys have another one you're thinking about?
I mean, I was going to say that playing at Club Congress is very important for us as a band because that's where we first started playing a lot of our first shows, especially in Tucson. We played a lot of very like formative shows at Club Congress. We even filmed a music video there in
Oh,
2016.
nice.
That's
Um,
true.
So, and also this show is pretty special because we haven't really been playing much this year because we were working on our record. So this is the only show in Arizona for the whole year. So,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
it's, you know, like two of the guys are from Tucson, and I think it's a good homecoming because we definitely usually play Phoenix more often than we do in Tucson. So it's a homecoming for various reasons.
Well, we need to rectify that situation a little more.
Right.
Get you to play Tucson some more. Very cool. So let's talk about the new album. I know you know, you're talking about working on it. How far along, like when exactly can we expect it?
We just finished recording, laying down the tracks, and we've been working through mixing, and we are just about done with mixing, if not done. There might be a couple of strings still to tie up, but yeah. So we're working on it, and so it's in kind of post production stuff. Um, so we've laid it down, and we're really happy with it, and we're excited. We don't have a release date yet, but we
Okay.
will announce that as it comes.
Do you have a title
be
for
next
the
year.
album?
It'll be out next year.
Okay. No title yet?
There is, but
Not ready, right?
not ready yet.
It's still cooking. That's okay. You guys will do it in time, you know. All good though, but looking forward to it, and definitely want to play something as soon as it's released. Hand it to me, and we'll make sure we get something on the air. So again, Hoko Fest is tomorrow. Super exciting. Tickets gatecreeper.com. It's gonna be a hell of a show from what I can hear from all the bands that you listed. So hopefully people can still get tickets. I'm pretty sure it's not sold out. But yeah, grab some tickets, $25. And that's tomorrow night, Friday on September 1 tomorrow, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All right, very cool. Anything you guys want to add as we head out? We're gonna be playing your song here in just a minute.
We appreciate Arizona. I appreciate Tucson. I was born in Tucson. I love Tucson. Matt's from Tucson. We're all from Phoenix. Well, the majority of us are from Phoenix or from Arizona. And just a shout out to Arizona.
Yeah, you know what? I get a lot of bands that's like, we're a Tucson band, we're a Phoenix band, and there's always a rivalry. So I like Arizona band. I like that. That's a lot more comforting because, you know, we don't need those rival kind of things like that. I mean, good competition, yes, but we don't need people bashing each other's city. That's just not the way to go. So you guys are on the right path. So very cool talking to you, Gatecreeper. Go to gatecreeper.com. Again, the show tomorrow, Hoko Fest at Hotel Congress. You'll find details on their website. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Have a
tomorrow.
good one. See ya.